Hello and welcome to an overview of the Destinations International Event Impact Calculator Meetings module. In this session, we'll talk about conducting event impacts for a business type event and a quick read-through of the results. There are three event types in the Meetings module: business meeting, convention, or trade show. Along with that, the calculator provides three subtypes for the business module: corporate association, government, or SMERF, which is social, military, education, religious, and fraternal events. Along with these selections, the user enters in the dates of the event, um, number of attendees, and a room rate. Key point number one: these four fields are the only required fields. User need only to enter in the type of event, dates, overnight attendees, and room rate to be able to run the impacts of an event. User help is provided by the question marks next to each entry field. Clicking on that brings up a pop-up box with help for that field, and it appears with definitions and hints on the appropriate entry for that field. More general help is available by clicking on the Help and Documentation section on the left-hand side of your screen. Should the user have more information on the event, they may enter them in the other available fields. For instance, if there are hosting costs borne by the DMO in putting on the event, they may be entered in the hosting cost fields after pressing the hosting cost tab. Similarly, should the user have information on the local spending of the organizer, those spending streams can be entered in the Organizer Spending tab in the appropriate field. Finally, the user can modify the tax rates used in the calculation of an event by clicking on the Tax Assessment Rates tab. Note that rate defaults are already entered in. The DMO does not need to re-enter those rates. Key fields include the dates of the event type, and number of attendees. The second key point to make during the session is that users should only enter in the dates that the event is actually live and happening. Do not enter in the dates of the full room block or add dates by assuming extra travel time. Those will result in calculations that overestimate the spending around the event. The information built behind all of the drop-downs provides for a certain length of stay based on the event parameters that have been entered by the user. So once the user has entered in the event parameters, you come down to the bottom and click the Save and Calculate button. And this will bring up the report on the event that you have just entered in. Up at the top are the event highlights, including the basic event parameters that you've entered and the key findings for business sales, employment, and tax results. The bottom two-thirds of the page provide data on the spending around the event, both broken out by source, whether it's the attendees, organizer, or exhibitor, and also in which industry the event is happening. The second page of the report provides the impacts of the event in detail. Direct and total impacts are provided for business sales, employment, income, and taxes, with taxes broken out both by level of government and type of tax. The return on investment of the event, if the user has entered in hosting costs, is calculated in the next session with the room demand of the event at the bottom of the second page. As the user considers the appropriate event type to use for their event, some information about the general event calculations may help. Characteristics of business meetings include include the fact that these event types will generally have a longer length of stay than conventions or trade shows for a similar length of event. Business meetings, by definition, have no exhibitor spending. Trade shows will have higher attendee and organizer spending averages, but with a shorter length of stay than the other event types for a given event length. Regarding the subcategories, both government and SMERF have lower attendee spending averages than corporate association meetings, with SMERF also having a higher persons per room, affecting the room demand around the event. We hope this video has provided some background, support, and information regarding the meetings module in the Destinations International Event Impact Calculator. Destinations International and Tourism Economics are here to support the calculator, so please do not hesitate to contact us with any further questions or support.